In this soap video today, we're going to be using a kitchen tool known as the spatula. Now, how in the world are we going to make a soap design using this spatula? You're about to find out. We're going to use it to make this type of design, and this other design. One was a little more complicated than the other, but in the end, they're really not that difficult. Just one of them was slightly tedious. In another soap ad that I made last week, I cut up my dish mat here. It's silicone. I just cut off a corner, and then I patented, as the French would say, this little tool thingy using skewers, and then I use like bread twisty ties to secure it together, and sticking it in one end of a loaf soap mold, I just brushed it through. But you're going to see that technique done today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and make soap. Okay, we're going to be making a series of videos using designing soap with random kitchen and household items. Today we're going to be using a spatula. So I'll show you what we're going to do with a spatula in a minute. First I'm going to mix up my colors. We're going to do 3. I have charcoal here for black, matcha tea powder for the green. I've never used the matcha before. So we'll see what kind of green I get. And just natural. So I'm using 2 different molds. I'm going to try 2 different methods and see which one works better. I've done this method before and it worked really well, and I'll show you what it is in just a second. But I want to see what dividing it into like vertical layers will do. I'm not sure that it will be worth the effort, but we'll never know if we don't try. Okay, now comes the fun part, and we're going to use this spatula and we're going to stick it in on one end and we're going to drag it through all the way to the other end, and that's it. We're going to see what happens when I randomly poured my alternating colors of soap batter into here. Actually, I think I can pour a little bit more. Okay. Sticking it on one end and just simply dragging this through. Okay, I'll let that sit. We'll work on this next one. And then I'm going to add a little bit more soap on top and just do like a fancy little textured top. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna pour just alternating colors as best I can. It was kind of a pain to cut all these cardboard things, and I think it's going to be a messy cleanup. So I'm really hoping the other design works better than this one, but we're gonna give it a go. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in each third one. Before I go much further, we'll do the next color. Huh, my lighting is terrible and I apologize. Oh, that's better. Now we're going to do black. The moment of truth. This is the first loaf we made last night, pouring alternately. My matcha green tea powder has now turned into like matcha brown tea powder, but that's okay. This is not an altogether bad design for something so easy as scraping a spatula through your batter. I mean, you can definitely see the lines. Having different colors too would probably make a big deal or a big difference. My green turned fairly dark. So for an easy method, the design's not too bad. Now for the second loaf that I apologize again for you not seeing me drag it through. I'll cut off the end. So this is the vertical pour with the cardboard slices. And I'm not sure what to expect with this one. I think my dividers were a little bit too far spaced apart. I don't think this is a viable method. I mean, it's kind of boring. Oh no, that's kind of cool though. Kind of looks like those Christmas sweaters from the 80s. So the effects between the two methods are significantly different. This is definitely unique. You don't see soap designed like this every day. It turned out a little better than I would have thought.